All right.
Sorry.
So first off, guys, I got squeezed in here. I wasn't supposed to speak, but I realize I'm holding up dinner right now. So I'm going to try and get this done. Me and Laura would just like to thank everyone for coming out. Everyone has just poured out blessings upon us even before this dinner. This has just been absolutely amazing what everyone has done through God. And you guys have made Laura speechless for the first time I've ever seen her in my entire life. So some people don't realize that, but you guys have, everyone has truly been a blessing. Just how much you guys have checked on us and how much everybody's been with us. So, the reason I'm here is out of obedience to God. So, I was told to tell everyone what God has done for me, and so that's why I'm here. I had another time, I was out at my job and pull up to the business, and there's a guy out in the parking lot. He's got his hood up, he's sitting in his car, and so I go out, ask him if he needs anything. He said, yeah, my car won't start. So I'm like, yeah, man, let me see. So I lift this hood up and go underneath there and get talking to the guy. He doesn't know a whole lot about cars, but he's like, yeah, I turned the key, it doesn't work, I'm doing this here. So I'm like, well, it sounds like it needs jumped. So I'm like, I got jumper cables, I'll be right back. So I go get my jumper cables. While I'm jumping this guy's car, hear God say, tell him how much I love him. So I'm like, okay, I don't want to do that, but I can do that. And to Laura, that would be no problem at all. She'd be like, I'm going to tell him that. I'm also going to tell him what I did today. I'm going to tell him what I'm going to do tomorrow. But to me, that was a big deal. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to do this. Then the dude's hood falls on my jumper cables and bends my jumper cables. And I'm like, man, this is not going good. But anyway, get the guy's car started and everything like that. Telling the guy bye, and I'm like, just so you know, Jesus loves you. I'm like, yes. I'm like, did it? I did it. I'm done. Get back. I'm like strutting to my car. I'm like, I did it. So I get into the car, and then I just hear, it's not what I told you to do. I told you to tell him how much I loved him. You just told him that I loved him. I said how much. You could have told him that I died on the cross for him, and I would have died just for him. You could have told him that I left 99 others to get to him. You could have told him all these things, and all you told him was Jesus loves him. That's not what I told you to do. And just like in our men's class, is partial obedience obedience? No. So I was not obedient that day, so that's why I'm here today, because I'm like full obedience here. So anyway, Laura thinks I'm a lot better at math than what I am. I can do basic math, and I can do it really quick in my head. But she's got something I'd like to call girl math. To anyone who doesn't know what girl math is, say our microwave breaks. We go out to the store, get a microwave that's $200. Come back, this microwave doesn't work. So we go to the store and return that microwave, but we don't like any other ones there. Laura, using girl math, decides, I can now get 6 dresses for that $200, and we're still be under $180. So it was like we got free dresses. That's girl math. I'll get to guy math later, but there's also guy math, and then there's God's math. A lot of people will ask me, especially, and Laura, and I don't mind it, but they'll say, how are you guys actually doing? We know it's tough, but how are you guys actually doing? And I'm like, it's always we're good, but don't want to like go into a whole lot of details about it. But anyway, when this whole thing first started back November, when we was going doing the scans, and then when she finally got diagnosed, the one day we was going to Kaiser for they was making gingerbread houses for Eliza. And while we're down there, I'm like, well, you take Eliza, you guys do the gingerbread houses, and me and Luke will go down over to the Walmart. We got our shopping done. It'll be like a 2-for-1. We'll get everything done all at the same time. So we're like, okay, that's the plan. Well, that's what we'll do. So like at this time, I mean, I knew that God could heal Laura. I knew absolutely. I've heard all the Bible stories. I know God could heal Laura at any time. I'm like, it's just got to be His will. And I'm like, I don't know what it is. So I drop Laura off at the church. I go down to the Walmart, and then in my own head, I'm like, Laura's gonna be fine. I know Laura's gonna be fine. She's there. But what if she isn't? And I'm walking through the store with Luke, and as I'm walking through the store with Luke, I'm like, man, what if she dies? What if Laura dies? And this is me, and I'm walking through the store, and it's just me and Luke, and I got to do this all the time. So now I'm walking through the Walmart, and I'm just this very just not poetic prayer that I'm just going, Jesus, talk to me. Just give me a sign, God. Just tell me something. Get me through this. Like, I know, help me out here. I need a little help here. And I'm just walking through the store, and Laura probably don't want to know this, but I wasn't really watching Luke a whole lot during this time. So I'm walking through the Walmart, I get all done and everything, and I'm like, man, okay. And I'm like, then I put on my face, and I'm like, all right, God, I can't let Laura, see me. Like, I wasn't crying, but I'm like teary-eyed. I'm like, hey, I know what could happen. We've seen cancer in our lives. We've seen my grandfather die of that. We've seen her grandmother die of that. So we're like, hey, my grandfather didn't have breast cancer, just so everybody knows, but cancer. But we've seen that. We know what it'll do. And so I'm like, all right, I gotta put it on. I gotta put on my, my good face. I can't let her see me like this. So, I toughen up, go pick her up, and then, how was your time at making the gingerbread house? We're back to normal. And then, so as we're leaving there, we're going, we're driving back home from Kaiser or something. I'm like, how was your time? She goes, oh, it was really good. She goes, the coolest thing happened. She goes, we was there, and she goes, with people, we did it, but after we was done, she goes, everybody prayed for me. She goes, they got in a big circle. Everybody prayed for me. She said, everybody there was speaking in tongues, and they was doing all this stuff. I'm like, what did they say? What, did you hear the translation? What did they say? And she said, all I heard was, the roots of this are dead. That's all I heard. At that time, I can tell you right where I was. I was at the stoplight there at Armstrong Street in South Main and Kaiser, right in front of the courthouse. I was sitting right there. And math would tell you that burdens don't have a physical weight. But I'll tell you right now, I could feel everything. I could feel it all leave right there, just course through my body. And from that time, it was all gone. Not one time since then have I worried about where Laura's going, what she's doing. I knew she was fine. So at that moment, I can't explain that feeling of just feeling everything leave. I mean, I physically felt it leave. So, rewind a little bit. Me and Laura, just being obedient, a couple years ago, we was like, we need to start paying tithes. Like, that's something we want to do. We want to start paying tithes. So, looked at our finances, and we're like, okay, after We pay everything after all of our stuff. We had $27 left. We had $27 in our account. We're like, okay, well, and it's just, as we get it, we're like, okay, we're going to, as we get it, we're going to go ahead and pay tithes. And we're like, okay. Well. And so we paid tithes once or twice, and then we're like, hey, we need to, actually pay tithes. Well, at this time, me and Laura both had 2 cars. One had 180 and the other had 190,000 miles on it. It's funny how God prepares you for things you're about to go through. But, so we start paying tithes, even though we ain't got that. I mean, we're still paying, and we're just, seeing our bank account go down and down and down. We're like, okay, well, obviously we're losing money. And then we buy my little blue car that I got, and pay for it. Well, tax time comes around, and I told Laura, I said, hey, we got a chance here. What are we gonna do with this tax money? I was like, we got enough money that we can pay this car off, and then that money we was paying for that, guess what? That's exactly enough we need to pay tithes. We ain't gotta worry about tithes. Tithes is taken care of. It comes out of our check first time. It's done and taken care of. That's what we did. Our entire tax return, the entire thing, went to that. There was no money left over for anything unexpected. We're like, we're just trusting God. Like, it's all gone. Everything's going to that. And then since then, we've been religiously paying it. But, so, the very next month, come look in the mailbox. The doctor's office gives us a refund for our exact tax amount. And we're like, wow, that was fast. Like the dude off of Home Alone. Wow, that was fast. Like, that was so cool. And then, so we're like, man, that worked out really good. Okay. And then look in there, 2 weeks later, there's another refund in there. But guess what? This one's from the TV company that we had 4 years ago that we double charged, and it was like $2 more than what our tax amount was. And I'm like, what? So I'm like, this is amazing. Well, then we called about it, and they're like, well, you still got to have your equipment. I'm like, yeah, we have equipment 4 years later. So we didn't end up getting that, but anyway, so we've been doing that, and then through some circumstances, Laura's mom died, and Terry decided that, we should get her car. And that was what we think Robin would have wanted anyway, and it just worked out. It was sad that there was a circumstance that worked out through there, but that's the car we got. Now that car, every single day, we take to treatments. And it's like, instead of taking a car, it's got 190,000 miles to Morgantown once a week. Now we got a newer car that we ain't got to worry about. And this was all before Laura even got cancer. God paved the way for us before he even knew. He had the whole thing planned before we even had anything to know about this. I mean, it was just, it's crazy how you look at your plan, and then you just see God's plan throughout the entire thing. So like, there's my math didn't add up. Our math didn't add up with the whole tithes. I mean, there wasn't enough money in there. We paid it anyway. We did it, and God did it. But hopefully, all this made sense. And it helped somebody out in some way. But I mean, I know regardless that this is the benefit. So no matter what, when I get off, everybody's gonna clap anyway. But I just like to thank everybody else for coming out there, and just remind everybody. I mean, to be obedient to God, and that He's gonna be with you the entire time. And the math might not add up for it, but in God's math, He makes it all add up. He knows how it's gonna work out before it even works out. So it's gonna work out that way. That's all I got to say.